So the big question is this: how do women over 30 struggling to lose weight and or looking to tone and lose unwanted body fat in those stubborn areas like the midsection, love handles, thighs, and upper arms, how do they build their dream bodies and keep their results long-term without surgery and without feeling like the only way to make it happen is to eat cardboard and broccoli the rest of their life? That is what this podcast is all about, and each episode is full of proven strategies that you can apply right away to create your dream body, allowing you to look younger, feel younger, and skyrocket your confidence. Welcome to the Transformation Secrets for Women podcast. So, are you ready to learn the real secrets of losing weight and losing inches in the trouble areas like the midsection, thighs, and the arms, and keeping it off for good? Excellent, because over the next couple minutes, we're going to cover exactly how to do that. Also, at any time, please go ahead, click down below, head over to MIDSECTIONMelt.com to claim your complimentary midsection treatment and clinical consultation with us, where if we don't deliver you measurable results on the spot, we actually pay you $50 for your time. Hey, it's Trev Bucheri, America's favorite weight loss and midsection fat loss expert, helping our patients lose well over 500,000 pounds and counting. And now I'm sharing the same transformation secrets with you that I've already helped over 25,000 people with. And in this video, I'm going to teach you the real secrets to losing weight, losing inches in those trouble areas like the midsection, and keeping it off for good. So let's get to it. Really, for us, it all comes down to the 5 pillars because, everywhere, and I'm going to go into that, but everywhere I look, I'm always doing research and I see other experts, I see other weight loss and body transformation clinics saying things like, hey, you know what? You need to be on an extremely low calorie diet. Again, we've talked about this. If you've seen my other video that says diets suck, well, diets don't work, all right? Because immediately they make us think deprivation and how long is this going to be? This is not forever. So right away we know that this is not a long-term method. This is not a long-term solution because anything that we're actually starting that we can't think about as being a long-term strategy is not actually a good strategy to be employing, quite frankly. So I've heard them say that, things like, oh, you need to be on a treadmill all day or of the sort, right? Doing exercise all day, or you need to, be on this magic supplement and it's going to actually resolve all your problems for you. Or, this actual medication or laser technology or whatever it may be is the key, all right? But the problem is that also many of them are using it the wrong way, and it's not actually about the tool itself, it's how it's used. You may have heard me talk about the scalpel. You may have heard me talk about the Ferrari. It's like, you know what? If I snap my fingers and all of a sudden there was a race car Ferrari in your driveway and a race car Ferrari in Mario Andretti, or Dale Earnhardt's driveway, let's just say famous race car drivers, or my driveway, well, chances are Mario Andretti or Dale Earnhardt, the professional race car drivers, are going to drive it a heck of a lot better than you or I would. Same thing. If I could go on Amazon right now and buy the best scalpel in the world, but I'm not a surgeon. If a professional surgeon went and bought that exact same scalpel, I can guarantee that you'd prefer going under the knife with that professional surgeon compared to yours truly going under the knife. It's all about the application and treatment method of how a tool is used. And say, for example, with our laser lipo technology, we have our CCP, which is our proprietary application and treatment method. And we also have our proprietary application and treatment methods for our weight loss medication and so on and so forth. So there's a proper way to do things. And there's also an improper way to do things, which is not going to yield even close to the same result. All right, so there's a big, big difference here. But all of this said, in my 28 years plus of weight loss and body transformation, it's really about much more than all that. And one of the key takeaways is that it needs to be simple. It needs to be simple to understand. It needs to be simple to apply. And it needs to be something that we think to ourselves, man, I could actually do this forever. Like, this doesn't seem to be an inconvenience to me. This actually seems to be inspiring to me because, wait, this is actually getting me where I want to be. The food actually tastes really good. Are you sure this is good for me? That type of feeling, we are in the absolute right path. Because when we do that, and yes, the two do coexist. They do coexist. It's just many of the plans out there are just like meat and vegetables. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. And I'm not mocking them because at the end of the day, every single one of them works because I've done geez, over 30, I want to say. In my one video, I think I knocked out like 20 something off the top of my head. But all of them do work temporarily until you reach a point where you just break and say, I can't take it anymore. And you just basically start to go back to your old ways, out of rebellion, I guess you'd say. And that's the whole point, is that if it's something that's not future sustainable in our minds, and we're just, oh my gosh, I can't wait till it's done, that type of mindset, it's not going to be a good long-term solution. So it needs to be simple to understand, simple to apply, and something that we are looking at as, wow, I could do this forever. This is actually good for me. Wow, this is getting me where I want to be. Boom, we're in the right ballpark. And for this, we actually need to have, number one, the correct technologies. We're talking about my 5 pillars now, my 5 core pillars that over the 28 plus years of doing this that I've really found. We need to have the correct technology utilized the right way. All right, that's number one. Secondly, we need to have a simple, taste-centered, clean eating program. This is what we call our nutrition program, right? It's not a diet. It cannot be a diet, because the negative connotation of a diet, first things first, it's not a diet, because a diet is fully restrictive. This is a taste-centered, clean eating program, meaning that it has to taste good or it doesn't actually get into the program at all. And this is what I learned from all these different nutrition programs, is that I compiled the best of the best from each of the programs, what I liked about them, and I said, how do I make a long-term plan which is very easy to understand, very easy to implement, and something that you actually look forward to, enjoy, and could feel that you could do it for the long term. That's really where it came down to, and it came down to taste, number one. Simplicity and time was another thing as well. So it's, again, taste-centered, clean eating program that's not a diet, very easy to implement. You can do it anywhere. You actually enjoy it, which is absolutely everything. And here's the big thing too. It needs to be able, every single one of our meals need to be able to be prepared in under 10 minutes. Also, another thing, it can't be broccoli and cardboard. And it can't be the situation to where we're saying, oh, you know what, you have a family, you have kids, so you need to actually prepare your own food for yourself, and then you need to prepare a different meal for your kids to eat, all right? So they'll actually be eating something. No, that doesn't work. I've tried all that with my own kids, and it didn't work, and that's not fun at all, and that makes it very inconvenient, and it makes it so who's going to adhere to that for the long term? That's not a strategy that was working for me, nor any of the 25,000 people that I've worked with. Actually, way over that now. That number is actually old. All right, but that's the thing. That's not sustainable. It needs to be done in a very time-efficient manner, And that brings me to my next point here, is a time-efficient exercise system. Not only that, but for all levels, and also specifically designed for your objective. In this particular case, weight loss, body transformation, body sculpting in the actual targeted trouble areas like the midsection, the thighs, and the arms. That's what the actual exercise program needs to be specifically designed to do. That is the objective, because there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different applications for exercise programs, whether it be a professional bowler, whether it be someone who has a physical handicap, whether it be a professional football player or archer or whatever it may be. Every single routine, every single program is actually designed specific to the objective of the individual. And it can't just be a one-size-fits-all. It needs to be very specific for that end goal, or else it's not going to be happening to the same means whatsoever. Next is going to be an extremely simplistic mindset or mindfulness program. Again, something that's really going to be to the point, mind tuning, getting ourselves focused, because the whole idea between a mindset, or for us with a mindset program, is if we can actually alleviate stress, even a couple percentage points down, what we're doing is we're actually lowering our cortisol levels, which is basically our fat storage hormone. And when we're doing that, we're basically enabling our body to be able to release fat that much more efficiently. That is our entire objective for a mindset program or our mindfulness program. Accountability coaching is another one as well, because you know what? The best of the best of the best do the greatest things with accountability. There needs to be accountability there. There needs to be coaching, not just generic accountability, but also individual accountability. And that comes with my next point here, is back to the technology. I said you utilizing the correct technology and utilizing it the right way. Well, this also comes down with the utilization of data tracking technology. All right, because We are obsessed with data tracking technology and the metrics to be able to be used to customize and fine tune our patient's program along the way based upon their individual data, because every single person needs a different application. Every single person has a different 20%. We're firm believers in the Pareto principle, which is, focusing on the 20% is going to give you 80% of your results. There's always, say, 10 things we could focus on, but if we just focus on just these one or two things, it's going to give us 80% of our results, as opposed to the other 8 are only going to deliver us 20% of the results. And that's really what the technology enables us to do. It enables us to actually take the individual and say, if we focus on just these one or two factors, we're going to get explosive results, as opposed to, do all of them. And then our patients become overwhelmed, all right, and it becomes undoable. And the thing is, maybe no one else is telling you this because maybe they're unaware or they just don't understand. I don't know, but what I can tell you though is that, our ongoing study of well over 25,000, approaching 30,000, near 30,000, and well over 500,000 pounds lost, and now nearing 600,000 pounds lost. The reason that we're actually able to deliver them the success that we are right now is because our patients had all these things. That's what I can tell you about this. And this is actually what we call our Transform One system. And this is specifically what our Transform One system has been designed to do. Because here's the thing, any type of system, all right, call it our Transform One system, it needs to be simple to implement, like we talked about. Otherwise, it won't get implemented consistently, because like we talked about, there's so many different programs that work out there. There's so many different nutrition programs that work. I don't think I did one out of the 30 plus. I'd say, if I were to guess, put a number on it, I'd say between 35 and 40, safely. There's not one of them that didn't work, but there's also not one of them that I could really say that I could be consistent with for the rest of my life. And therefore, I was defeated as I started it. So it needs to be simplistic. It's simple to implement, otherwise it's not going to be implemented consistently. It also needs to be enjoyable, or it's not going to be implemented long term. Eventually we're going to rebel and we're going to break loose of it. It also needs to be proven, not by hearsay, not by speculation, but by real numbers, not by opinion, by real numbers. It needs to be proven by real numbers so that patients who are utilizing it don't have to waste their time wondering, if I follow this, is it going to work? The patient knows that they have every single tool and resource that they would ever need, and that they're in the driver's seat to actually maximize their outcome, maximize their results. They're in the driver's seat. They have every single tool, and now they know that as long as they actually just jump in and do so, there's really no way that they can fail. That is so, so important. And there you have it right there. Now you know the real secret to losing weight and losing inches in the trouble areas like the midsection and keeping it off for good. Thank you so much for joining me. Go ahead, click right down below or head over to midsectionmelt.com to claim your complimentary midsection treatment and your clinical consultation with us, where if we don't deliver you measurable results on the spot, we actually pay you $50 for your time. Also, I'd so appreciate if you please follow and subscribe. Again, my name is Trev Bucheri. Thank you so much for investing your time with me today, and give your best to the rest of your day. Take care. Thank you so much for listening today. And if you found value here, please go ahead and follow or subscribe. And also, please take a moment to share it with anyone you feel would benefit. Now, also, don't forget, as your free gift just for listening, you're able to claim your complimentary midsection treatment and clinical consultation with a value of over $250, where if we don't deliver you measurable results on the spot, we actually pay you $50 for your time. Simply go to midsectionmelt.com. That's midsectionmelt.com. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.